everyone, Joan Zodianz here, and welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Zundayz. So if you're on YouTube, you're seeing that I'm doing things a little bit differently this week. I'm a little nervous, if you can't tell. I'm showing my face, and I'm trying to get it back into the habit of doing that and really just, not being so shy, I guess, is the right way of putting it. We have a lot of things to talk about this week. Today, we have the solar eclipse and the new moon in Cancer. We also have the changing of seasons from Gemini into Cancer. We have Venus stationing direct this week, and we have Neptune going into a retrograde phase. So let's go ahead and just get into it. I have my notes over here. This is how I usually do things. This is my usual setup. I do a lot of editing because I stutter a lot or I get really flustered because I have anxiety. And that's not an excuse for anything. I'm just letting you guys know that this is what I do every Sunday. Every Sunday is a stressful time for me. But I love doing this and I love sharing, the universal energy for the week. Long story short, let's just start off with the new moon, shall we? So the moon influences our emotions, our habits, our instincts. The moon is the ruling planet or the ruling luminary for Cancer. It's coming at an opportune time because Mercury retrograde is in Cancer right now. We have the shifting of energies or seasons from Gemini to Cancer starting today. So it's a lot of Cancer placements right now. It's a very sensitive time where I feel people's emotions will get the better of them. It's a lot of heavy and draining energy too. You'll see a lot of people getting very prophetic dreams or just nightmares during this time because of the Mercury retrograde and because of the new moon. It's not to say that it's going to be a negative time for people. It's just one that's like everything hidden in the dark is rising to the top. So old things might come up that you didn't think about for years. And that's been happening to me the past couple of nights in my dreams. It's just certain things are coming to my attention and I'm like, okay, why do I need to address this right now? And I can only really narrow it down to being a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. It's just a lot of emotional suppression, and it's releasing all of that right now, releasing it back into the universe so that we can confront these things or that we can heal from these things. And it could be new things that are coming into your life that are traumatizing you. I know some of my Instagram followers, somebody had mentioned that, their father sadly passed away. So it's going to be a very intense time for them right now. And so this can be a very intense healing phase for people where people are leaving their inner circle or they have to get rid of toxic people from their circle. Not to say that deceased relatives are toxic. That's not always true. It's just more like things and people need to be released from you. And so I had to take a hard look at myself today because I was feeling really intense today. Mind you, I have a Mercury in Scorpio and my moon is in Virgo. So it's a lot of trying to rebalance our energy, mind, and heart and trying to figure out what we need to do right now because it's a lot of confusion. There are a lot of different perspectives out in the universe right now in society. And we start to feel drained by other people's energies, other people's thoughts, other people's emotions. So you have to learn how to differentiate between your own and somebody else's. Sometimes we just need a break to be isolated. And this is something that Cancers are very good at. So we can learn from the zodiac sign Cancer. And when it's time to heal others, that's it. Basically what I'm saying is try to create some boundaries so that you know when it's time to heal others and when it's time to heal yourself. And I'm really going to try to stream this without editing it. That's my goal today. So if you find that I'm ranting a little bit, I apologize. So that's that's what's happening with the new moon in Cancer, okay? Take some time today to reflect on how you feel and what you need to let go of, what you need to refresh, what you need to re-energize. Because it's a solar eclipse, I always see eclipses as one transition into another. It's a strong evolution. And And it's an emotional evolution, really, more than it is anything else. And I had to really look at myself and think, I have to let old habits die. I have to let my fear go, aka thus the reason why I'm trying to get over my own fears and really putting myself back out there on the internet again, because it's such a scary place for me. So I recommend for you to really sit down and just kind of journal, who are you trying to be or what are you trying to accomplish? Because it's not really about what people want for you. It's what you feel is best for yourself. And if we never overcome our fears, we never overcome our worries, we never become a better person to ourselves, really. So if you're starting to feel overwhelmed or drained by other people, or drained because you're just being a busybody and you're just, stacking too much on your plate, you need to just learn to release the things that are just not important to you. You need to prioritize what's best for your mental and your emotional well-being, okay? So, moving on. We have Venus is in Gemini right now. It's stationing direct on June 25th, this Thursday. It's an important thing because Venus influences our relationships, how we define love, and how we want to connect with other people. Because it was in Gemini, if you listen to my other podcast, I said it's a little bit of anarchy right now, and it's been a little chaotic, trying to connect with people and trying to vibe with people mentally. But because it's stationing direct, it's going to be more of the opposite of that, where we start to see people socializing in a more positive way. And not to say that nothing negative will happen, because it's still a Gemini, okay? And we know Gemini, a mutable air sign, is chaotic in general. And it doesn't vibe with the Cancer energy out there. So water and air will never really get along, okay? So again, we're moving forward in society where we have to really calm ourselves or be a friend to ourselves right now, because that's what having Cancer and Gemini energy really truly means. Are you a friend to yourself? Are you a friend to society right now? What message are you trying to put out there? What kind of energy are you trying to put out there? And if you don't have the energy to give to anybody, you need to think about giving that energy back to yourself so you can be a better person to yourself, a better friend to yourself. Make sense? Now, with Neptune going into a retrograde phase, which happens this Tuesday on the 23rd, it's in Pisces. It's going to last all the way till November 29th, okay? And what this actually means for us, because I have my 2020 predictions, so you have to read things in an aspect to really gain accurate insights, but we'll just go with it, right? We'll just generally speak about this, is what I mean. So we know now that spirituality and religion will be challenged when this retrograde hits. So Neptune influences that. It influences people's intuition, what they believe spiritually. And to me, it always affects religion, society's religion. What do the mass want to do? Because remember, Neptune is part of the outer planets, not the inner planets. So it affects people on a wider scale. All right. So we see spirituality and religion being restructured. And we're seeing that today. With everything that is happening out there in the world, people are starting to shift their perspectives on a lot of different things. So this one is no different. We will also see a rise of creativity. A lot of people are using creative projects as an emotional outlet for them. So this could be a rise of new kind of music, a new kind of waves of art, and new kind of writing. Anything in general that's creative, it just feels like it's just going to be a new trend or a new take on what it means to be creative, if that makes any sense. It's going to be used more for healing, and it's going to be a healing source for, either yourself or for other people. It doesn't really matter. It's just used for healing. We're going to find that people are longing and yearning for deeper connections with people, a more meaningful experience on life. Okay? People are going to want to have something that belongs to them. So right now, because of all the Capricorn energy and out there, and the Aquarius energy as well, and the outer planets, we're seeing a lot of people wanting ownership. We're seeing a lot of people wanting to be more independent, away from the masses, right? Away and wanting to be this unique being. So we see a conflict of interest here because, with the government and with people and with everybody arguing and being so opinionated, whether they're right or wrong is irrelevant. It just feels like everybody is wanting to share and express themselves in different ways right now. So Neptune being in Pisces is all about deep self-expression, okay? And it's also going to be a sensitivity to a lot of global issues. So it's a crazy time for sure. Let's not forget that near the end of this month on 29th, Mars is shifting back into into Aries, which is, Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. So we're going to see a dramatic change in a lot of things moving forward. It's a dramatic change for a lot of things. We're definitely out of our comfort zone right now. So I say all this to say that, you are your own person. Get back in touch with yourself. Get back in touch with your spirit. Get back in touch with your feelings, your thoughts, and try to rebalance and restructure how you think of things, how you feel of things. We're all always battling with ourselves mentally and emotionally. But when you build a really strong self-awareness with yourself, or just, energy awareness, it's easier to control how you react to things. It's easier to control the decisions that you make because you're just so in tune with yourself. You have stronger boundaries. And this is really what this solar eclipse means, right? What this new moon means is that you need to just refresh your process. You need to refresh yourself as a person. So please take the time tonight, to really think about who you are and who you're envisioning yourself to be. Where do you stand as a person, and what positive things you want to do for yourself and for your inner circle, really. And it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of thinking, and a lot of reflecting and meditating to really ground yourself and really control yourself. And I feel like a lot of people have a hard time with that. And a lot of people have a hard time with that because they don't often sit with themselves. People are always out and about. People are always trying to connect with other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we always forget when there aren't people around, are we a friend to ourselves? Are we our own best friends? Are we there for ourselves? Do we know what's best for ourselves? And if you don't know the answer to that, then you already know what I'm going to say. You're not a friend for yourself. You're not a friend to yourself. And you don't know what's best for yourself. And you need to figure that out. You're the only one who can do that. You can talk to as many therapists as you want. You can get as many spiritual sessions as you want. But nothing is going to click until you sit with yourself and you tell yourself, this is who I am. This is what I want to be. And this is what I'm going to do to be that person. That's really what it is. So I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully you guys enjoy the new way I'm doing my podcast. It's strange. I know over time I'll get used to it. So you don't have to comment and say, any of that. I'm aware, and I am taking the necessary steps, like I'm preaching today. I'm taking the necessary steps to overcome myself and to become the person that I know I can be, and envisioning myself being more confident and less scared of the media, I guess, this kind of media anyways, and really just putting myself out there. And I hope you guys can do the same, but go at your own pace. You don't have to do it tonight. And if you guys didn't already know, I am doing more live streaming on Cosmic District. You can catch free live previews every Tuesday and Thursday. If you become a member, though, you can interact with me. You can ask me questions and so on and so forth. Everything's listed in my website, Zodianz.com, so please check it out. My book is supposed to come out hopefully September, but if not September, then it's October, you guys. It's a long process because I'm self-publishing here. And I didn't realize how long of a process it is. So that's on me, and I apologize for that. That's on me. But hopefully that works out. And I have faith that it will, and that everything will be published when it's supposed to. When I have a final date, I will definitely share it with you guys. I am also holding a workshop next month teaching people how to do or how to read their own natal chart, or to read a natal chart in general. So if you want to look into that, you can check my website out as well. And if you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to come. It's just out there. It's options. So I will see you guys next week.